was something special there. And then with the freshman Will came in with a 77, so we knew at that point that Will was here, and he was here to stay. And he solidified himself really as the number one guy all year at the top of the lineup, and he performed day after day. We went into our South Suburban Conference, so those of you who don't know, we play this year we played 5 South Suburban tournaments, and all 5 different courses, so we basically host every year. So 10 teams in the conference, every team hosts every other year. So this year, we were able to host the second one. But we started the first one here at home, and we had our best round of the year, which I guess if we're at home, that's kind of what you expect. So we shot a 3:05 at home here, got off to a really good start, actually finished third, only 4 shots behind Lakeville South. So at that point we knew that South was again the defending champion of our conference and was going to be very good once again this year, and they did. They shot 3:01, North was 3:04, we were right there. So we knew that we could play with anyone after that first day. Jake really, again, had a great day, had a very good start to the year, shot a 72. I think missed a short one on 18 for an even par 71, but great round of golf for Jake. And also Will again 74, and Luke 79, and Peter shot an 80 to round out the scoring for us with that really nice 3:05 to start the conference season. We then went to the East Ridge Invite at Stone Ridge and had a good day there as well. Had 5 guys in the 70s. Luke had a 76, Jake 78, Bobby had a 78, Will had a 78, so that was the theme, I guess. Brett Nelson in his first varsity match of the year is 79, and Brett really played well that day and shot 37 in the front and was kind of going and had it really going for a while, and then just stumbled a little bit on the back nine, but still a great round of 79 for Brett on that day and helped our team out. Went to the Chaska Cup, and as you know, last year we talked about the miraculous comeback that we had at Chaska and defeated Chaska for the first time in 11 years or something like that. Couldn't get it done this year like that, but we still had a great day. Even though in defeat, we had some awesome individual scores that day. Luke came in with a 69, so his career best round. You have 5 birdies, Luke? Something like that. 69 at Chaska Town Course, which isn't easy to do if you ever played there. It's a very difficult course, especially in the conditions that we had. And also, Will had a 72, is that right? 71, I'm sorry, 71, don't worry, slight on 1 stroke. So they took care of their matches there, but we came up short, but still, great individual effort by those guys. And also, Brett had a 79, so he had back-to-back 79s going early on. Went to Hazeltine, which very excited for the guys to play the Ryder Cup course at Hazeltine, and we've been fortunate enough to play there a few times. We got snowed out last year, which that happens in Minnesota in the spring sometimes, but we were able to get it in this year, even though it was tough conditions. And Will came in with a 77 at Hazeltine, which was 3rd, I believe, in the tournament. And we didn't do so well as a team, but great individual effort at Hazeltine, playing probably from 60 to 66, 6,700 yards. The rough was long. They're starting to prepare that course for the Ryder Cup, so it was a difficult task. So it was a good job by Will that day. Went to Ridges, and not the best day for our squad. Probably one of the worst. Yeah, we'll get past this one. But I did want to mention that we did have our team medals that day. Ridges was Peter with an 81, which seems, I know, it was our best score of the day. But good round by Peter just because it was tough. I mean, and the course was not giving a whole lot to the boys. The scores were up overall. We still finished 8th in that tournament, so it wasn't too bad, and got the right to be invited back for next year if we choose to do that. Maybe not. South Suburban number 2 at Fountain Valley. We had a good day. that day and finished second place at Fountain, and a few guys in the 70s that day as well. We went on to the Dakota County Invite, and our only victory of the year at Dakota County took home the trophy that day, shooting a 3:13. Will was runner-up with a 76. Luke was third, 77. Blake, career best 78 at Emerald Greens, and that's when Blake really started playing better golf, and he was really, I mean, we'll talk more about Blake later, but just real proud of him that day, and I was able to walk with him the last couple holes at Emerald, and I know he's been fighting his swing and just frustrated with a lot of things, and he just kind of got it together on that day. It was just exciting for me as his coach to see that on the last hole. You know, he really wanted to make par birdie, and he was kind of all over the place, but hit a nice chip shot to like 7 feet or something in the last hole and drained the putt. And like, that's a great day. It's a great day for Blake and our team, and we were able to win the Dakota County Invite partially because of his great play. All right, so then we went to the Lightning Irish Cup matches, and we were able to win that match. A little revenge from last year, as you recall, possibly, that they came to our place and won right here on 18, which is not a good place for us. Last year, we gave up the cup there, but we got them back, and we beat them pretty good, 10-6 at their place. And Brett, Peter, Adam, and Josh secured 3 points each on that day to win the cup. Stillwater, second best round of the year. So this is our first time playing at Stillwater, and we shot 308, which is a very good score. Will 74 after being, I think, 6 over after 5 holes or something like that, and was not going well. I left him. He actually told me to leave, and, which is the best thing that he did, because he came back with a vengeance. And that's when I kind of knew that Will Frazier is a gamer, and he was never going to give up. And there were a few times this year where Will had some rough beginnings of tournaments, you know, where he'd go bogey, 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 or have a double in there or whatever, but he never gave up. And he would come back and he'd go even after the last 10, 12 holes or under par, and still come in and help his team. So very proud of Will and how he handled himself that day and some other tournaments as well. Okay, on that day we also had 2 new guys join the varsity ranks for the first time. We had a couple of 79s from Adam and from Josh, and that's when we kind of figured out that those guys really wanted to step up and play with the varsity guys, and they played well, and they counted their score that day, and they were very excited. And just to finish the tournament, I know we talk about that all the time, especially with Adam. He's had some interesting finishes to tournaments. Let's just leave it at that, but he finished that day, and actually for him, just mentally, for him to go through that, and for Josh too, to be at the end of the tournament knowing that you're right there on the cusp of being in the 70s, and to finish the deal was really important for them and for us as we move forward. Detroit Lakes, so it's our annual trip up north, and very, very strong showing for the Lightning. Up there we finished second in a very strong field with Wayzata up there and Edina. Detroit Lakes is always strong, and you know, to beat teams like Detroit Lakes and Wayzata, Edina ended up winning, but we were right there at the end, and we had Will finish in the top 5 with a 154 total for 2 days, and Josh continued his strong play with a 155. I know he was mad just because he lost to Will, but he played very well in some interesting weather, just to say the least. It was snowing. It was sleeting and snowing and windy and cold, and I remember talking to Wags saying, you know, I think at tee time on tee off on Saturday it felt like 28 degrees. Was it 18? I don't know. It was so cold I can't remember. But it was very, very difficult conditions, but these guys played well. We had, let's see here, Luke came back on the second day, had a good day, and some good individual efforts there to get a second place finish. We went to South Suburban number 3 at Stonebrook, and Bobby had his best day of the year with a 75. Shot 309, which was the third best run of the year. So, and then that's when we kind of knew we were really right there with South. We only lost by a few shots to South that day as well. And then went to Brainerd, and that was fun. I guess that's about all we can say. With Brainerd, a lot of team building, great time. You know, the boys had fun. Didn't play that well up in Brainerd, but again, the team building was definitely worth the trip. Came back for South Suburban, the final one at Inverwood, and solidified our second place finish with a 76 from Luke and Will 77. And like I said, that basically solidified us into second place in the section or in the conference. So that was our regular season in a nutshell. We got to sections and knew that we had a legitimate chance. Just with the teams in our section, the way we've been playing, and we were confident going in and excited. And these guys didn't disappoint. They had a very good section tournament. Day one, we had Luke and Jake had 76s, which put them in really good position going into day two to make a run at state. Blake with a 79, a gutsy effort from Blake again to help our team. Shoot 311 on the first day. Will 82, Bobby 88. So I know those guys didn't play well. They weren't happy with their performance. But that's why you have 6 guys. You know, 4 guys can pick you up, and that's what happened. On day 2, we came back. We were in second place. We were only 5 shots out, and we knew we had to play well, and they did. They played well. They shot 313. It wasn't enough to beat St. Thomas, as they shot 309, I believe, the second day, and won by 9 shots total, which in 2 days isn't that bad. And you're right there. That's a couple shots a guy. So it was encouraging for me to see these guys battle and to really play their best golf at the end of the year. It wasn't quite enough to advance as a team, but we did have some history in the making take place at sections this year. So first of all, we had Luke shoot the 76, come back with a 79 on the second day, and finish in the top 5 outside that St. Thomas team to advance to the state tournament. So congratulations to Luke on advancing to state next week, this week actually, with the state banquet tomorrow night, and then Tuesday, Wednesday is the state tournament, 2-day tournament. So Luke Doolittle, congratulations to him. And Jake Reller would not disappoint at his favorite course. So he shot a 76 on the first day, and on the second day, it was just so fun for me as a coach to see Jake, because I just knew that he wanted it, and I know that he was kind of frustrated leading up to sections a little bit. He kind of went through a rough stretch where he had like 4 rounds in the 80s and didn't really know what was going on, why he wasn't scoring, and he gets to sections and he just turned it on. And that's what a senior does. That's what a captain does, for a team. And that's what Jake did. And Jake won the section tournament with a 149, the first time in Eastview history. We had a section champion in Jake Reller, and he'll be advancing to the state tournament with Luke coming up in the next few days. Good job, Jake. And by the way, with that 73 on the second day, which was one of the best scores of the day, might have been the best score of the second day of the section, he will play in the last group, which I'm sure he's really excited about. But they put all the section winners in the last grouping on the first day of state. So it's just real exciting for Jake and the whole team. I know a lot of the guys are going to go up and watch these guys compete in the next few days. So we finished second in the section, 624 were our shots, 9 shots back. And I'd like if the section team could just stand up, we'll just be recognized real quick. I know Bobby's not here, but the rest of you guys, if you can stand up. So overall, we finished with a team record this year of 150. So we defeated 150 teams and lost 44. Very strong record, 150 to 44. Our team average this year is 315, which basically averages out to 78.75 per guy when you count the 4 best scores of the day. So very strong season, and something that I'm very proud of, and parents, you should be incredibly proud of your sons. A team GPA of 3.52 for the varsity guys this year, which I'll take. These guys miss a lot of school in the spring. For them to take care of their business, get their homework done, and with a lot of these guys taking AP tests in the middle of golf season is not easy. So I appreciate parents supporting your kids, supporting your sons to play this great game. And these guys really perform in the classroom as well. So congratulations to you guys. All right, we've got some awards now we want to hand out. So we're going to start with the academic award. So this year, or every year, the academic award goes to the player on the varsity with the highest GPA. And this year, we have a freshman winning the award with 2 A-minuses this year, 3.97 GPA, Will Frazier. Next award is Most Improved. And always love this one because it shows heart, it shows work ethic, it shows just grit and just time spent on the course and just working on the game. Coachability, it says so much about what this individual has done from year to year. And this year was tough. We had a lot of kids, a lot of golfers improve from last year to this year, and even first year players from the day one of practice until now. It's amazing the improvement we've seen over the year with the JV and varsity guys. But one guy stood out this year who last year kind of had a struggle of a year, let's be honest. And he'd be honest with you too on that. At one point, shot 107. 108. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. 108 in the tournament, and he came back this year, had 6 rounds in the 70s, 4 with varsity, 2 with JV, and so he solidified himself as the most improved this year, Josh Organ. So, as Wag said, unfortunately, we're going to lose Josh this year to Florida. We've known this for a few months, and so we've had a while to kind of get used to it and prepare for this moment. But Josh has been an important part of this program, even though he's only been in the program for 2 years. He just brings life. I guess that's the best way to put it. Look at how he's dressed. He brings life to the program. He brings laughs. He brings spunk and attitude and desire to get better. And this kid is just a grinder. And you get bad weather out there, and he's going to perform. He loves to just compete when the conditions aren't very good. And when the most of us would rather be sitting inside watching TV when it's raining or snowing or whatever, he'd rather be playing golf and playing very well, I might add, in those conditions. So we're going to miss Josh and his family, James and Kristen. So good luck to you guys in Florida. The next award is Outstanding Golfer of the Year, and this award goes to the lowest scoring average on the team. This was tight, very tight this year. 3 guys separated by 1 shot, which over the season isn't very much. It could be one round could be the difference. And so when we average everything up, the outstanding golfer of the year this year with a 76.93 average with 12 rounds in the 70s, Will Frazier. In second place, which there isn't an award for, but I'll just tell you. In second place for outstanding golfer, we had Luke Doolittle, 77.86, so less than a shot. And third, Jake Reller with 79.26. This next award is very special to, I know, not just to me, but for every coach at Eastview High School. It's the Lightning Award, and this award embodies character, it embodies personality, it embodies leadership, and just overall great guy, okay? Someone who tirelessly works on and off the course, who's a great leader to the younger guys, who takes care of his stuff in the classroom. There's so many ways to describe the Lightning Award, but it's really kind of an MVP, as you might say, in other sports. The Lightning Award is a special award because it really defines what this team is all about, and what we want really these guys to strive for. So the Lightning Award winner this year is a 3-time letter winner. He is 2-time All-Conference, improved his scoring average every year when he's on the team, academic All-State with a 3.85 GPA, Eastview Community Foundation Scholarship winner, and the Section 3 AAA champion, Jake Reller. We're going to miss Jake. Okay, captains. So I guess you could have stayed up here. But captains, why don't you guys come up? So 3 captains this year: Blake Carlson, Brett Nelson, Jake Reller. Couldn't ask for 3 better guys to lead this team. And again, these guys were chosen by their teammates, and also for the fact that they went through a series of classes at Eastview, leadership classes, to be ready for this experience. And I always say that captains, about half their job is done before the season even starts. And these guys did a great job in the off season, getting these other guys ready to play and ready to compete. And driving to Chaska multiple times, carpooling, organizing, texting guys, encouraging guys to come out and to practice. And I can tell you why we're in a position right now. We're section second place, in conference in second place, and all the accolades that we have this year. It's because these guys got the ball rolling early. We wouldn't be here if we just started on March 15th or whatever the first day of the season was and started off from scratch. It doesn't work like that. Okay, golf is a year-round sport, and especially in Minnesota, when you have a winter where you can't play outside. Okay, you have to do all the little things to get ready, and these guys prepared our team. They're great leaders. They're awesome students. If you added up their GPA, it's a lot. They're both 3.56 GPA and higher, all 3 of them. Combined GPA of 3.7 I have down here. And they embody what this team's all about. and they're great leaders, and I'm proud to say that these three captains did a phenomenal job this year, and I'm really sad to see them go. And good luck to all three of you, and thanks for everything you've done. So we've got their plaque, and then we have a dozen Pro V1s for them as well. Okay, I think we'll go with the letter, participation in letters. Kind of doing this a little backwards, but it's okay. So we do awards in the conference. Top 18 are in all conference, and how it works is you have to play in at least 4 out of 5 conference events. If you play in all 5, they throw out the worst score. If you play in only 4, you have to keep all 4. This year we have 4 awards to give out in the conference. Honorable mention, one golfer earned honorable mention with an 81.32 average in the conference, 21st, Bobby Harnagel, who's not here tonight. Finishing 13th in the conference this year with a 79.3 average, Jake Reller. Finishing 7th in the conference this year with a 77.05 average, Luke Doolittle. And finishing 6th, right behind Luke in the conference, 76.8 average, Will Frazier. So to have 3 all-conference awards is pretty special when there's only 18 for 10 teams. That's pretty good. So congratulations to you guys. I think we'll go through the participation awards and letter winners at this time. Jake Reller.